Hi guys, so I've been getting a few questions lately about Anavar. I did try it, it was probably like a year and a half, 2 years ago. I did try it a couple of times, and my initial thoughts was that it was great, but every single time I've come off it, it has been so horrible. Like my hormones afterwards was just not worth the gains that I made while on it. So I definitely wouldn't use it again personally. And with people, when they've asked me, they're wanting one, they don't train and they're saying they just want to lose weight, I would never recommend someone to do that unless you're like a competitive bodybuilder, realistically. Like, you just don't need it. You can make those gains over a longer period of time, especially as a female. We don't want to mess with our hormones. It's not really worth the side effects. So I'm here with Dr. Tony Huge, and I figured I'd ask him his thoughts on Anavar for women and potentially what Sarms you could take instead of.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tony, so Anavar for women, I get asked a lot of questions. A lot of women would just want to take it to put on a bit of muscle or lose a bit of weight. What are your thoughts?
Anavar is amazing. Like, it's better than being natty. It's better than taking nothing. But the two most important things to know about Anavar is don't take too much of it because it does have side effects. And on a low dosage for a long period of time, it has side effects also. So you get side effects from it, like masculinizing side effects, a lot of side effects you don't want, by either taking too high of a dosage or taking it for too long, or especially both. So how do you mitigate it? You use a much smaller dosage for a shorter period of time, only at times when you're really ready to build muscle. At times when you're going to eat a lot of calories and you can make use of the hormone, the Anavar, to help build more muscle because you're giving your body hard training, good rest, and more protein and calories to be able to build muscle. But there are, even though I love Anavar for women, there's much better alternatives. Ones that have the same benefits of Anavar with far less side effects, and that's Sarms.
Which Sarms?
So pretty much any SARM works similar to Anavar and has less side effects. So you're better off with almost any SARM. But I'll tell you a couple common ones that I've seen women perform really well on, and that's 5 milligrams of LGD-4033 every other day. But also I think that that's a little bit more hardcore. I think a little bit less hardcore is better for women to start with, especially. For example, RAD 140 or RAD 150, 10 milligrams every other day to start, up to 10 milligrams per day. SARMs have a short half-life, so if we notice any side effect, we can stop the SARM and it'll leave the system pretty quickly. Also, another SARM really popular for women now is AC262. This is actually now my first choice for women. Okay. AC262, 10 milligrams every other day. I have yet to see any side effects from it, only benefits. So the way we would test if there's side effects is we would test a higher dosage and then see if the woman has side effects, and then we back off the dosage from there, being aware of what potential side effects there could be by taking a lower dosage for a longer period of time. But I just haven't seen any side effects. I've only seen benefits. So it's one of those supplements where it's like, why not? Like, if there's no side effects and there's tremendous benefits, then why not take it? Not taking it would be a complete waste of time. Like working out in the gym, spending all this time, spending all this money on fitness and reaching a goal, and then not taking a supplement that can allow us to achieve our goal 3 times faster is a complete waste of time. We have a limited time on Earth. There's only so many workouts we have, so many years we have to enjoy our physique. It doesn't make sense to me to take 5 years to build our perfect physique when we can do it in a matter of months if we use the right chemistry and really shortcut the whole process.
Yeah, so also I know a lot of women, they ask me about Anavar purely for fat loss. Now, I definitely wouldn't recommend that and I wouldn't take it for fat loss. What would you, for the women out there wanting to take something just to expedite that little bit of fat loss, what would you recommend?
So Anavar for fat loss, the reason why you hear women use it is a couple things. Number one is you can diet, lower your calories a lot more, and you can use the Anavar to keep you having strength in the gym and keep you anti-catabolic so your body doesn't break down the existing muscle that you have, so that you can lose fat without losing muscle, which naturally is really hard to do. Like, if you want to maintain muscle and burn fat at the same time, you really need to be using some kind of supplement because the body naturally is going to fight you every step of the way, especially as a woman when your estrogen levels are higher. So like, got to use something. And then now I forgot the question. What was it again? Fat loss for women. Fat loss. Okay. Yeah. So Anavar in and of itself does burn a little bit of fat, but it's pretty insignificant. There's a lot of other supplements that work way better. Like Yohimbine for women, for example, burns more fat than Anavar. Okay. Now Anavar can help burn more fat because it can help you train harder. But SARMs also help you train harder. SARMs are also anti-catabolic. So for all the fat loss benefits of Anavar, SARMs also have all of those benefits. Plus, if fat loss is the goal, you want to attack it from multiple pathways. So you use something that's anti-catabolic or anabolic, like something on the androgen receptor like Anavar, or another SARM like RAD140, 10 milligrams every other day, AC262, 10 milligrams every other day. But then you want to take something like a stimulant that affects the beta receptors in the fat cells, and you want to take a stimulant that affects the alpha receptors on the fat cells. So the beta receptors is affected by things like caffeine, but caffeine is the least efficient and most high side effect stimulant that we use in bodybuilding. So I prefer something like synephrine. And then on the alpha receptor, yohimbine. Enhanced Code Red Fat Burn has both of these things in it. It works on fat loss from many different pathways. So you can take just one pill or 1 to 4 pills of Code Red Fat Burner, and you're getting like 6 different fat burning supplements in one. You're getting most of the fast burning pathways except for the thyroid pathway and the androgen receptor pathway and the growth hormone pathway. So if you want the most rapid fat loss, then you combine something like Anavar or a SARM with Code Red Fat Burner, with All Day Shred, which is the thyroid pathway plus a bunch of other different pathways. It's got a lot of supplements in it also. So there's a lot of other smaller pathways being affected as well. And then the last one is the growth hormone pathway, which would be like a peptide, like ipamorelin or CJC or GHRP or MK677. These are all growth hormone releasing peptides. So like, it's really simple. The way I have the fastest transformations in the world, albeit that my transformations are more risky than some of the mainstream ones, I do have the fastest transformations in the world. And the way I do it is by affecting multiple pathways. It's actually not that much more expensive, because instead of buying a crappy supplement that doesn't work, or multiple supplements that don't work on one pathway or have side effects on one pathway, we're using just a little bit of each supplement on multiple different pathways. Each one is in a low enough dosage to where we don't have any side effects, but together they work in synergy, where we have 1 + 1 + 1 each of these pathways equals 100, instead of just taking one supplement on one pathway that's completely ignoring all the other pathways, and the other pathways become limiting factors to fat loss. Now, you can burn fat by just having a good diet and going to the gym. You don't need any supplements. But the difference in time, if you use these supplements versus not, is like in a women's physique, we can reach her goals in 1 month. Versus naturally, it might take the woman 6 months. So the progress in using these supplements is about 6 times faster than natural, and it's pretty minimal cost. We're talking like, for the whole supplement stack, maybe like $300. So $300 to get 6 months worth of progress in 1 month with 0 health consequences.
That's true. So at the start of the year, if you see my post, I actually lost about probably 10 kilos with Tony's help. So that was purely just fat, and I did retain the muscle I kept. So everything that he's saying, I completely agree with. Okay.
Also, we have Puppy here. I'm hoping she'll let me do a little mass blast transformation on her. You can see how small she is compared to us. Can you imagine? Like, I'd be impressed if we just put even 1 kilo of mass on her with a mass blast. So she's going to school for exercise physiology and nutrition to become a trainer, and looking forward to like training her on the more hardcore side of things, so that as she's learning the mainstream stuff, she can combine it with the hardcore knowledge, and we do a transformation on her. And we're going to find other girls to do transformations on, because we've done so many mass blasts on men. Actually, we've done mass blasts on women, but most of the women I've done it on are very private. They don't want to be public about it. So the goal is to find girls that are willing to be public about their transformations and what they take and how we do it. So we can teach the rest of the world a healthier, faster, safer way to reach goals of muscle building, fat loss, and pretty much every way to enhance the human experience.
So if you're coming to Pattaya, Thailand, definitely hit us up. And if you're a female that wants to do a transformation, whether it's muscle gain, fat loss, we're here.
Be swole and swole, friends of freedom, pioneers of human evolution. Flex your muscles. Yeah, there we go.